Welcome viewers to another video on your G12 Mathematics. Our goal is to ensure that you get a distinction in mathematics, and we encourage you to aim for 100% because it is very possible with mathematics. So today's question is on Circle Theorem, and it comes from the 2019 Mathematics Paper 1. And the question reads, in the diagram below, A, B, C, and D are points on the circumference of a circle, center O. Angle DAT equals 40 degrees, angle BDC equals 30 degrees, and AT is a tangent to the circle at A. Calculate angle CBD, then B angle BAC, then C angle AOB. So for you to follow along with me, let me just zoom in the shape that we've been given so that you are able to see exactly what is going on. So from the information that we've been given, the question that we ask ourselves, what can we find? So let us see what we can find before we go back to seeing the question that we've been asked. So the first thing that we can do here is we can use the principle, the angle in the same segment. So BC, point B and C, they create this segment. And so the angles that are formed by these 2 points, so all the angles that are in the major segment, they should be equal. So in this case, we have this angle which is 30, and this angle should be the same because they are starting from point C and point B at the same time. Then they form 2 different angles in the same segment. So we know that this angle should be 30 degrees. That's the first thing that we need to know. Then the other thing that we need to know is we know that the tangent and the radius meets at 90 degrees, or they are perpendicular to each other. So what it means is when I had this angle which is here, we'll call it y, and 40, this angle should give us 90 degrees. So what it means is what we have is basically y plus 40 is equal to 90 degrees. So basically y is equal to 90 degrees minus 40, which is y is equal to 50. So we have that to be 50. Then what else can we find? We know that alternative angle, the angle in the alternative segment. So if this angle is 40, the alternative segment is this angle. So if this is 40, this angle should be 40. D and A, there are 2 points that are forming a chord. So we have the minor segment and the major segment. So all the angles that are starting from A and D and they are in the major segment, which is in this case this side, these angles should be the same. So if this angle is 40, this angle should also be 40. Then if that's the case, then you can find this angle which is here, because we know this is 40 plus 30, which is 70. Then the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. So 70 from 180 will remain with 110. So that angle should be 110. And if this angle is 110, then this angle should also be 110, which is the opposite angle when 2 lines crosses. Then if that's the case, then you can find this angle, because we know that a straight line always is 180. Then so this angle basically will be 180 minus 110, which is this is 70. Then if this is 70, then this angle is also in this case 70 degrees, because they are opposite angles when 2 lines crosses. What else can we find? We know that BD is basically passing through the center O. So BD is basically a diameter. Okay, then the angle in the circle which is facing the diameter, this angle adds up to 90 degrees. So if this angle is 40, then this angle should be basically be 50. Then 50 plus 70, we have 120. Then 120, we take out 120 from 180, which is the sum of all the angles in the triangle. We get this angle to be basically 60. Okay, then if this angle is 60, then what else can we find? So we know that if that angle is 60, then this whole angle here should also be 60, because we have C and D. This is a chord forming two segments, and all the angles in the same segment joined by starting from 2 points which are forming a chord, they should be the same. So meaning this small angle here, let me use a black color, this small angle here should be basically 10, because 30, we have 30 there, then here we have 40, then the entire angle is basically this is 60. So from 60 we take out y, which is 50, would remain with basically 10. So this small angle here, this small angle, I will use this one, is basically 10 degrees. Okay, then what else can we find? So if this angle is 50, then this angle should also be 50 degrees. Alright, so basically this is what we use. We are using basically in this case the angles in the same segment. Let us look at the questions, because we've answered pretty almost everything. Actually, we could also answer this angle which is here, because we know that this is 90 degrees, then we know the small angle is 10 degrees, then we know that this is 30. So 10 plus 30 is 40, then 40 from 90. So this whole angle is basically 50 degrees, which agrees with the angle in the alternative segment, which is this 50. Okay, so we've answered everything. We've applied almost all the key properties of the circle theorem. Let us go to the questions. So calculate angle CBD. So CBD, so from C to B, then D, this angle. So this angle is basically 60, we've already found 60 degrees. Then angle BAC, so angle BAC, this angle, we find this angle to be 30 degrees. Then lastly, angle AOB, angle AO, then B. So it's this angle which is here. So you find this is 10, then this angle is 70. So 10 plus 70 is 80. Then from 80 we take out 80 from 180 would remain with basically 100. So that's angle AOB. So it's 100 degrees. So basically this is how you get all the full marks and even get more details. So we are answering all the possible angles for you to get a better appreciation of what is the applications of circle theorem. So during your exam you can just focus on the key angles, but our goal is to make sure that you understand. Thank you for joining me today.